Hey everyone, welcome back. We're diving into the world of Agile today. And, it's such a buzzy topic,
It really is.
and it can be kind of hard to know, you know, is it actually helping or is it kind of holding things back?
Yeah.
So we're going to be looking at a piece called Has Agile Become a Corporate Dogma?
Ooh.
And it really is asking that, does Agile actually help innovation or can
Oh,
it get in the way?
I love that question.
Yeah.
I mean, just from the author's perspective, it's so fascinating because they've led so many digital transformations.
Oh, wow.
And, they've seen it firsthand
Yeah.
how Agile can be this like really powerful tool,
Right.
but it can also backfire if
Yeah.
teams are just kind of blindly following a framework
Yeah.
instead of focusing on like the core principles. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like we have these agile tools, but are we using them for what they were designed for, or are we just kind of going through the motions?
Totally. And the author actually highlights three key elements for success.
Okay.
They talk about embracing a growth mindset, prioritizing people over processes,
Right.
and maintaining flexibility.
Interesting.
And these might sound really simple at first,
Yeah.
but they have like huge implications for how agile teams actually operate.
Okay, let's unpack these a little bit.
Yeah.
So growth mindset, we hear that a lot,
We do.
but it's more than just being open to feedback, right?
Yeah, for sure.
How does that play out like in a real agile environment?
Okay, so imagine you're on an agile team.
Oh.
You're launching a new feature,
Mm.
and the feedback from users is just brutal,
Oh.
right? Like they hate it.
Yeah.
Instead of getting defensive,
Right.
a team with a growth mindset is going to see that as like really valuable data.
Oh, interesting.
Right. They're not going to be like, oh, but we worked so hard on this. Our idea was the best.
Right.
They're going to say, okay, this is telling us something.
Right.
We need to iterate.
Yeah.
We need to adapt.
Okay.
And they're going to end up with a way better product because they embraced that feedback loop.
Okay. That's so interesting. So it's like turning a negative into a positive.
Exactly.
Okay. What about people over processes?
Oh, that's a good one.
I feel like we hear that a lot.
All the time.
But what does that actually look like in practice?
Okay, well, think about that gaming company, Super Fun Games.
I've heard of them.
Yeah, they're awesome.
Yeah?
They gave their developers like complete freedom on Fridays
Really?
to just work on passion projects
Yeah.
whenever they wanted.
Huh.
And guess what? That's actually how they stumbled upon their biggest hit.
Oh, wow.
It proves that sometimes you have to step back from all these rigid processes
Yeah.
and just empower people.
That's amazing.
Right. And that can unlock like incredible creativity.
Wow. Did a really good example.
Yeah,
It seems like a lot of companies could learn from that.
for sure.
Okay, now the last element you mentioned was maintaining flexibility,
Right.
which seems like common sense.
It does.
But I bet there are a lot of teams out there
Oh, yeah.
that really struggle with this.
Absolutely. I mean, the world's constantly changing, right? And so,
Uh-huh.
like, clinging to a process when things are shifting can be like a recipe for disaster.
Yeah.
Remember that giant social media company, FriendFace?
Oh, yeah.
They completely missed the short-form video trend.
Oh, yeah.
They were so focused on their existing processes.
Oh.
They were like, this is how we do things. This is what works.
Yeah.
And they lost a ton of users and market share because they couldn't adapt.
That is a stark reminder
It is.
of what's at stake.
Yeah.
And it kind of brings us back to the author's question for the readers.
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen Agile hinder innovation in your experience?
It's a powerful question.
Yeah.
And it's really for you, the listener, to consider.
Right.
Like, think about your own experiences with Agile.
Yeah.
Have there been times when it felt more like dogma
Okay.
than like helpful guidelines?
Hmm.
And if so, maybe it's time to challenge those processes.
Right.
See if there's like a more innovative way to achieve those goals.
It's like Agile is supposed to be about adapting,
Stays.
not just adhering blindly.
Yeah, you got it.
So the author's ultimate point is that Agile can be a catalyst for innovation,
It can.
but it's about having the right
the
mindset.
right mindset.
It's
Yeah.
about understanding those core principles
Mhm.
and really tailoring them to your specific needs.
Absolutely.
So if we were to sum this all up,
Yeah,
Agile is powerful,
for sure.
but it's only as good as the people using it.
That's so true.
Yeah.
So think about the next Agile project you're on and ask yourself, are you using Agile to enable innovation, or is it becoming a barrier?
That's the challenge, right?
It is a challenge, and it's something to keep in mind as you continue on your Agile journey.
Great stuff.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thanks so much for joining us today.
Of course.
That's it for this deep dive.
See ya.
Catch you next time.
Bye.
Bye.